Certainly the car that's getting all the attention from our perspective. The Venue is extremely important, and a gentleman we've seen before on the show, Mr. Sangyup Lee, is the man who heads the design for these cars. Also the Santro, remember, that's the last time we spoke with him. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you?
I am good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Great reception, I think there's a lot of conversation happening around this car, and with good reason. The fact that you've done such a compact SUV, it's not just for one market or two markets, but
Yes.
you know, even here in the US, it's getting so much attention. When you started off on a blank sheet of paper, what was the one clear direction for you?
I must say this is one of the biggest challenge because this car launches here in the US, but actually this car is very, very important for Indian market. It's less than 4 meter. The SUV is becoming a mainstream. It's a really important vehicle for us in the Indian market, obviously. So we really have to analyze, understand the customer in India, here in the US, and start to find the commonality in between. Obviously, one strong commonality is SUV becoming a mainstream, obviously, and having an SUV also customer want a lot of character. Here in US, obviously, you look at the car, it has to have a character. And obviously, at the same time, if you actually take a look at the Indian, the market, the customer, in a way, it's a little bit extrovert with a lot of textures and graphics and everything. So having those two common elements actually really try to apply into this vehicle. It's a challenging, but without a challenging design, it's not that fun.
It's not fun. Yeah, I knew you'll say that. The LED element up front, the front grille, it's immediately evocative, and what you said gets you that sense of presence right away.
Exactly. It's a small SUV, but small SUV doesn't mean to have a small, weak face.
Yeah.
We really want to have a strong face. You can really recognize easily from long distance. So if you take a look at it, distinctive cascading grille with the grill pattern is so unique, almost like you instantly recognize what the character is. Obviously, Hyundai main design character, composite lamp and the tongue separated, but we really like to actually adding a lamp DRL to be another unique feature to it. So we have a nice frame around it, so you can really instantly recognize once again from long distance. For us, is that the DRL character is so important these days in design, even though it's actually the functional element. But when car comes at you from long distance, first thing that you look at it is not the bumper, is not the grille, is a DRL character.
Like a signature.
Exactly. So we want to have a strong character on the Venue from long distance with using a signature DRL character.
The fact that it's now the newest SUV in a really large portfolio. You've got the Palisade at one end,
Yes.
you've got this at the other.
Right.
The Kona really started this big design revolution with the SUVs. The new Santa Fe has it. There's a lot of talk. You've just shown something in Shanghai as well, which is possibly
Yes.
the next Creta. Why is it important to have this kind of go across the family, and yet for each one to have its own distinctive signature?
This is very important. If you take a look at customer point of view, if it's actually small SUV, mid-large SUV, large SUV, it's almost the same face and same design. Almost feel like, especially the customer who's buying the small one, make you feel like I'm buying this because I don't have enough money.
Yeah.
This is not the right message. We really want to have every typology SUV has its own character to it. So I'm buying this because my lifestyle fits to the Venue versus Palisade. Let's put it that way. Obviously, Palisade is our flagship big SUV, the 7-seater, the huge space inside of it. The other side, the Venue here, is a smaller but actually a very compatible inside space. A lot of character, a lot of bold character. So you don't feel like you're buying this one, but I'm not buying a cheaper one. I'm actually buying Venue as its own character.
Now, as much of a challenge as it is to do this on the outside and get that distinction, these days it's also a lot about the cabin and connectivity and touchscreen.
Absolutely.
On this car, given the fact that again it's a compact car, how difficult was it to achieve this?
I think that this is why all the components in interior has to be reduced as much as possible to emphasize the spaciousness inside of it, and especially for Indian market, the customer they're all into a smartphone with a really really high quality smartphone. So it's about having the car to be high tech. It's important, but at the same time, the car interior, all the screens and everything, able to the mirror what your smartphone can do. So that is a lot of focus that we do. So almost like a whole technology inside of the car is an extension of your own smartphone.
It's interesting how now you see that even on the smaller cars, maybe first
Yeah.
and then see it on the bigger cars. In the old days, it was the other way around.
Exactly.
All right, so I always do this, and so the last I have to ask you your favorite design element on the car.
I really like the proportion of this car. It has almost like very boxy but yet sophisticated. And the windshield is a little bit steep and the rear is a little bit faster. Almost I think in the way, I don't know if I might say it or not, but almost like you kind of feel like big Range Rover in the smaller scale. I think it worked out quite good with a very distinctive face and the front and rear.
It's great for us that India was such a key focus market for you when you designed this car. Can't wait to see it on the roads now, and can't wait to see you back in India as well.
I can't wait to go back.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Always
much.
a pleasure. Thank you so
Always
much.
pleasure. Thank you.
Good to see you.